Hiya, hiya, kids. Here's the latest news from your favorite Vidiot and the home of the relatively unimportant. The roller coaster at Magic Mountain in California, the Colossus, that thing is brand new. It's got new twists and turns. It's owned by Six Flags. I think I've been on one of those rides most of my life, and that's where I have this little brain damage, and that's why I see things the way I do. It's twisted inside my head here. I have a Colossus going on all of the time. But you know, we're a society that really is a little crazy. We are sheep. We follow some leader somehow. We wind up with usually the wrong guy for some reason. And I guess we should all live in Sheep's Head Bay. They're a bunch of sheepheads. That's what we have. And people who do whatever anybody else does, but they don't really mean that much. So, for instance, I got a friend of mine who's a chiropractor in Florida, and he has a practice where he even adjusts dogs and cats, you know, if you can imagine. But you know what he does is he had a wife and a child in front of a mirror, and they're standing in front of the mirror where she is in the mirror pregnant, but in real life having the child. Now this thing went viral, and it's all over. They had like 500,000 hits. So I said, "What has it meant for your practice?" And he said, "Nothing. It doesn't do anything." But it makes you famous for a minute and a half, you know. I mean, you get to be the sheepheads are there. They support you kind of, but there's no money in it. There's no a moment of fame. I mean, you know, I've done a lot of first things. For instance, I was the first guy to broadcast from Times Square. I had my show in the NASDAQ window, and not to brag about it, but I will. But you know, the Good Morning America never went outside because there was a bomb in a car on 44th Street. They would never step out the studio. They were afraid they're going to blow up. Now everybody's in Times Square, including ESPN. They're moving in there. The NASDAQ is a vacant window now with the Chinese broadcast company. You know, I mean, I've done a lot of these things first with the sheepheads. They have to make you who you are. And in this little appeal this morning, I want to mention what I'm going to do. I'm going to, instead of being delivered viral, I want to be delivered by drone. And I got to call my friend Branson. Now, you know, he's got Virgin Airlines. Now, I was going to take Virgin Airlines to California, but why fly Virgin? They don't go all the way. And I got a little bit nervous about Branson's trip to other planets, which he is allowing people to do. I just usually do it with drugs. You know, my whole idea of a great magic mountain, for instance, is Mount Everest at the top of it with where all that snow is, for that to be cocaine. That's my idea of a dream situation and a magic mountain. Now, see, you're shocked by this because most Americans say they don't do drugs. But then why do we have pharmacies in all the grocery stores? You do drugs, you just have them going through another kind of a dealer. You have a pharmacist and a doctor and a distributor and a dealer and a company that promotes all of its wonderful drugs. Aleve. That's the one that I like, that Italian woman. She says, Aleve, leave me alone. That's what you gotta do. So you are into drugs. You see, admit it. But you're not willing to stop that habit, right? I mean, no one ever overdosed on Tylenol that I know of. I don't think so. Ibuprofen. But this could go viral at this point when I make mention of the fact that they are going to recreate Colonel Sanders, you know, one of the players from Saturday Night Live, since the Colonel kicked the bucket, or he kicked one of his buckets years ago. And you know, they buried him in a grave probably with a sesame topping, you know, with the 13 seasons over his stone. Anyway, I think they're going to put him out. I forgot the guy that's going to play Harlan Sanders, but they got a guy that's going to play him. And he was about my age when he invented this chicken and became world famous. By the time he was 90 and it was time to die, he was so rich it was unbelievable. But anyway, they're going to do the Colonel Sanders. They're bringing him back. I hope they're not going to bring Aunt Jemima back with Oprah. I mean, you wouldn't want to have that. Now it'll go viral. It's a Reynolds rap.